Welcome to day one of your 21-day alcohol fast. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're going to explore something fascinating that happens in our brains when we try to change our relationship with alcohol. But before we go too far, I want to speak to anyone who is doing this fast for something other than alcohol. The science and spiritual answers you seek are the same for any substance you are using or behavior you are doing that you no longer wish to use or do. So, if alcohol isn't your thing, simply replace my references to alcohol with whatever it is you're taking a break from. Now, back to our original programming, literally. If you've ever felt like you're in a constant internal battle, part of you wanting to drink less, while another part pulls you back to old habits, you're not alone. And there's a scientific explanation for this struggle. Did you know that only about 5% of your daily decisions come from your conscious mind? The rest, a whopping 95%, comes from your subconscious programming. This programming has been shaped over years by messages from our culture, our experiences, and even our understanding of what it means to be a successful professional woman. Think about it. How many times have you heard or thought phrases like, I deserve this glass of wine after that difficult meeting? Or, I can't relax without a drink? Or, how else am I supposed to handle all this stress? These thoughts aren't random. They're deeply programmed beliefs running in your subconscious mind. This brings us to an important concept called cognitive dissonance. This occurs when we hold two competing beliefs simultaneously. For example, you might believe that alcohol helps you cope with stress, while at the same time believing it's harming your health and relationship with God. Or you might believe you need alcohol to be social, while also believing you're more authentic without it. This dissonance creates mental tension and discomfort, often leading us to justify our drinking to reduce that discomfort. Understanding and addressing this cognitive dissonance is crucial for creating lasting change in your relationship with alcohol. This internal conflict reminds me of Paul's words in Romans 7, verse 15. I do not understand what I do, for what I want to do, I do not do, but what I hate, I do. Doesn't that perfectly describe the struggle with alcohol sometimes? Your conscious mind knows the benefits of drinking less, while your unconscious keeps running those old programs. But God designed our brains with incredible capacity for change. Romans 12, verse 2 tells us we can be transformed by the renewing of our minds. Which brings us to a powerful concept called liminal thinking, developed by Dave Gray. Liminal means standing on the threshold. It's that space between what was and what could be. This concept beautifully aligns with how God designed our brains and what His Word tells us about transformation. Here's how liminal thinking works. We all construct beliefs about reality based on our experiences, but we only see a tiny fraction of what's actually happening around us. From these limited observations, we make assumptions, and then we make conclusions, and ultimately form our beliefs. These beliefs then create filters for how we see the world and what we think is possible. Think about your beliefs about alcohol. Things like, I need it to relax, or it's just what successful women do, or I can't be social without it. These beliefs weren't formed overnight. They came from experiences, observations, and messages you've received throughout your life. But here's the amazing thing. God designed our brains with the ability to step outside these beliefs. We can stand at that threshold, the liminal space between our old beliefs and new possibilities. Liminal thinking isn't just about changing our thoughts. It's about being willing to stand in that uncomfortable space between our old ways of thinking and the new beliefs God wants to show us. It's about being humble enough to admit that maybe what we've believed about alcohol all along isn't the whole truth, and being brave enough to explore new possibilities with God as our guide. Today's exercise will help you begin this journey of transformation. In your journal, you'll create two important lists using what we call the 5 whys technique. This powerful tool helps uncover the deeper beliefs driving your behavior. First, you'll create a list of the reasons why you drink. Write down your initial reasons, and then for each reason, ask why 5 times, going a little deeper each time. Be brutally honest. This is between you and God only. Next, you'll create a list of the reasons why you want to take a break from alcohol. List your motivations for change, and again, for each motivation, drill down with the 5 whys. Notice where God's truth might be pulling you, and consider how these reasons align with your values. During this exercise, each time you ask why, you will go a little deeper, peeling back another layer like peeling an onion. I encourage you to take time and write down your 2 lists, why you drink and why you want to take a break, in a journal that you can come back to throughout this fast and even afterwards. I still look back at my 2 lists from time to time. Before you begin, say this simple prayer: Lord, grant me clarity and courage as I examine my thoughts and beliefs. Help me to see what you see and align my heart with your truth. I'll see you tomorrow for day 2, where we'll build on these insights and take another step forward in your journey. Until then, may God bless you and give you wisdom as you begin this important work.